Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sharma's Kitchen. Thank you for attending my training lesson where I'm going to show you how to make simple, yummy and yet cheap pizzas at home for your family. And it's according to your family's liking with no preservatives. You don't need to worry about any kind of allergy that your children may be having. You don't need to worry about what ingredients that are hidden from the shops. Whatever you use, you know what is good for you, your family, your children. Pizzas from the shops are so expensive, and when you do order them, they may or may not be enough for your family. There are a lot of range of ready-made pizzas and their bases in the shops, in the supermarkets, anywhere. But they have different price range and they can be kept in the freezer for days, weeks or even months. We do not know what do they keep, what do they add inside there to store it for so long, and whether it's still going to be healthy for our kids. I don't think so. I want to feed my kids something which has been stocked up in the freezer for so long. I would prefer to give them something which is ready-made, instantly at home, which I have done it and I know it's going to be fresh and I'll know they will eat it. I do not like to see my kids throwing the capsicum out of the pizzas when I order them. I don't think you like them either. Isn't it a waste of your money? So why not make pizza something with ingredients and toppings which your family will like? I've tried many different ways and ingredients of making pizzas at home for our family, and I did fail in the beginning, but I kept on trying. Eventually I came up with some ingredients where I use only very minimal ingredients and they are very cheap and I can get it easily from the supermarket with their own home brands instead of spending more to get branded ingredients. I do not need to use yeast or baking powder where they can be time consuming and even costly. I use all kind of ingredients that are available in my house itself, which is already stocked up in the fridge, freezer or pantry. I even reuse my roasted meats which have been left over from last night into the pizzas. I make pizzas early in the morning for my kids to bring to school for their lunch, and they are done ready fast in 20 minutes, and they can bring to school and have it for lunch, and the pizzas will be still tasty. And kids, they love pizzas. So I'm going to show you how to make these pizzas at home yourself with minimal recipes and also cost saving. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to get my hands dirty and introduce you to all the recipes and the ingredients that I have for you. This is my lesson plan for you, which I have already given each of you all a copy each. And this is the recipe. It has every single ingredients that you need and also the method required. Of course, you choose your own toppings. I have just put toppings as per your family likings, because I do not know what you want, what your family wants, but I know what my family wants. And today I had some prawns and fish cakes in my fridge, so I thought, why not use them? So I'm making seafood pizza with pumpkin. My son loves pumpkin, but he does not like to see it. He likes it hidden. So I sliced up the pumpkins and I'm going to add it in my pizza today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have here 1.5 cup of plain flour, half cup of self-raising flour. I'm not using salt because I'm going to use butter or margarine or even cooking oil later. As per your family likings, you may or may not choose to add the salt. I have some mature grated cheese which I grated myself instead of buying grated cheese from the supermarket, as they can be costly. And this matured cheese are equally cheesy and tasty as per what you get from the shops. I bought some homemade pasta tomato sauce, which you can create it yourself at home with just some tomatoes and onions and garlics and just blend them and boil them. It just takes 5 minutes if you want. So I have with me here some fish cakes, prawns, pumpkins, and I'm going to squeeze some Thousand Island sauce and coleslaw. As you know, it adds extra taste. It adds extra taste to the seafood range. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to get my hands dirty and do some exercise too. You know, as housewives, we do not get time to exercise. And even some men nowadays, they are so busy working, they do not have time to do any exercise or even go to the gym. And I have realized that working in the kitchen and doing some cooking requires a lot of hand movements, brain power, and also a lot of energy. As I have 6 kids, I do not have time to go out for exercise or walk. I'm just too tied up with them. So I use cooking as an option of exercise. I do not use food processor. I prefer to knead the flours all by myself at home, as they give me some exercise to my arms and even some muscle. And I can feel the texture. I know how much water I have added, what are the ingredients. I don't need to depend on a food processor and even waste my electricity. I'm saving money there. So I'm sure you would like to save it too. So save some money and think of healthy ways. It's fun to cook. You can get your kids involved making the pizza with you. All you have to do is get the dough ready for them, and they can add their own toppings to their likings. You can make different sizes of pizzas, different shapes of pizza, and they can add whatever they like. I have a daughter who likes just plain pizzas. She likes it just with the sauce and full of cheese. You can try it too. I've tried it. It's yummy. And for those people who are vegetarian, you have absolutely no worries at all. Why? Because there is no egg added in it. You know what ingredient you are going to use. You know your toppings. You can easily add spinach, tomatoes, any kind of vegetables. There are no do's and don'ts when you are making pizza. You don't need to worry. Because when you buy them from the shop, there may be a chance that the place where things are manufactured, they have eggs, and you may not be using eggs. And if you have any kind of diabetes, cholesterol, high blood pressure, you can add your own amount of salt required, your own amount of sugar in whatever sauce you are using, and keep yourself healthy. So ladies and gentlemen, the dough is ready, and I'm just going to add half teaspoon of vegetable oil. It's normal cooking oil. And it's going to give us a smooth texture to our dough. And because it's refined, it does not have any added ingredients in the oil. But again, it's up to you. What do you want? Butter, margarine, or cooking oil? You can choose which is a healthier option for you and your family. What do you like? what do they like. My family prefers the oil as it's not too oily, not too greasy. So ladies and gentlemen, we have our dough ready with just plain flour, self-raising flour and a bit of oil. I do not want to use the salt as my family doesn't like too much of salt. We have no yeast added to it, we have no baking powder added to it. The baking powder is already in the self-raising flour, so we do not need it. It's lesser of a hassle. What we need now is to make a ball of our hand size or your tray size. So depending on your tray size and what tray you are using, you can make a ball of that shape and that size. Sprinkle some loose flour at the bottom of a chopping board. Spread it out with your hand. You have two options. You can choose to make a full flat pizza base with your hand, or as you can see my condition, I prefer rolling it up. It's easier for me and it's faster. I need to get things done fast. I need to be on the move for my kids. But if you do have time, you can try to just flatten it out with your hands, like what Italians do in Italy. It doesn't have to be fully round. Who says that we have to be perfect? We don't need to be perfect. So long as it's round, it can fit your tray. And it looks like pizza, it tastes like pizza. That's what we need at home. And of course, at the end of the day, it's all about healthy food at lesser price. You can make thick base, thin base, according to what you like or what your kids like. My family prefer it to be a thin base so that it's easy for them to eat. They do not like it thick because by the time they bring it to school, they find it, they have no time. They want to play. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sprinkle some flour at the base of my tray. I'm using a glass base tray which is suitable for my oven, and it's just nice, as you can see. So now ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to spread the sauce over. As I said, I bought the cheapest sauce from the supermarket, which is suitable for pasta. You can choose any kind of pasta sauce with any kind of ingredients that you like or your family like. Or you may even choose to blend some of them with whatever ingredients you like and make it at home. Lightly sprinkle some cheese at the bottom. And now you can decorate your pizza according to the toppings that you want. Pumpkins are healthy for you. They give you natural sweetness and it's good for kids. But then again, not all kids like pumpkins. So you can actually add in hidden vegetables that your kids do not like, because once the pizza is ready, they only see the cheese and the ingredients that are on top. They do not see whatever that is inside. I have some fish cakes which I bought from the Asian shops, and it's available anywhere nowadays. You can even get it from any supermarket. I have some prawns. I'm going to squeeze the Thousand Island sauce. And a bit of coleslaw. You can choose not to add them if your family do not like it. And it's ready to be put in the oven. Doesn't it look nice? I think it's comparable with what we buy from the shops. The oven has been preheated to 180 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. And I have prepared one in advance for you to try it out. This is another one of my pizza trays, ladies and gentlemen. I have two of them so that it's easy for me. And as you can see, most of the ingredients are hidden with the cheese on top. And you see, you don't have to wait too long. All it takes is about 15 to 20 minutes to make a pizza, to try it out, and to pack it up. You can always make this in advance at night. Keep it in the fridge. You can store it up to 3 to 5 days and heat it up in your normal microwave as and when you want it. I normally do this. I will make stacks of them, keep in the fridge, and whenever my kids feel hungry, they need snacks, they always grab them out of the fridge, heat it up and have it at their tea time. I'm sure your kids will like it too. Because I have my kids' friends who will ask them, why do you all always bring pizza? And it's so nice. Isn't it expensive? My kids will say, no, my mom make it at home. So it's cheap, it's good. I share it with my friends, with my neighbors, and they also say that it's yummy. And they have also started trying it out. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it's fully cooked inside in just 20 minutes. The cheese is melted. If you want, you can still sprinkle some hot chili flakes, Parmesan cheese powder, chili sauce, tomato sauce, barbecue sauce, up to your own liking. Whatever is your preference, use them. Do not hesitate to try. Find out what you like, what you do not like. Try it out. You can have a try of this pizza right now. With the crunchy sides, the soft, nice sweet pumpkin, the melted yummy cheese, and the sweetness and sourness that comes from the tomato sauce base. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very simple way of making pizza. If you do have some leftover sauces, you may use them for future use. Store them up in an airtight container, keep them in the fridge. And please do not waste your food. Whatever you have for leftover, you can always reuse them. Add them to your pizza, add them to your pastas. The kids will like them. Do not waste food. Do not waste money. You can easily get all these things at home instead of spending $20–30 outside, and yet it's not enough to fill your family's stomach. So I conclude my training, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tolerating me, for bearing with me. I know it can be heaty in the kitchen, but I do hope that you all have learned something new, and you all will definitely try it out for your family at home, for your kids. Give them for their lunch boxes to bring to school. They will like it too. You do not need to worry about, oh, I can't afford to get pizzas all the time for my kids from outside shops. You do not need to worry anymore, because all you have is ingredients at home with you. You just need to know how to reuse them in different ways. So do not hesitate. Try what you have at home, use them, and enjoy it yourself. Enjoy it with your family, because the best way to get your family to be happy is through their stomach. It's not just for your husbands, it's also for your kids. You do not need to worry about kids going outside to look for good food, nice food, when you can create them at home and have them at home. You do not need to worry about your kids joining wrong company outside in the attempt of getting good food. So, not just please your husbands, your wives with good food, please your kids too. Because when your kids are happy, you are happy. If you are happy, the house is happy. It's going to be a happy environment. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Be happy.